Good morning. I just wanted to show you an update. Camera's on straight of all the wood I got. So this is a mixture of maple. A lot of it's dry, like this. A lot of it's ready to burn, and then that red oak there is not. So this is going to be the first pile. It's going to buy the. I don't want it here, but it was the odds and ends that I cut off, and a lot of the gnarly stuff that wouldn't stack nice, and there's some nice stuff, but I basically put it to the side because I have wood stacked up back here, and this is like the extra I didn't know what to do with, and then I didn't want to mix it with this wet stuff. So this is all the stuff you were watching me cut up in the last videos. I didn't get a lot of this on video because my head would be spinning a lot. I think you would throw up, but this is it. So this is all the wood I have so far. I'm just gonna keep going as long as I don't know how much further, but there you go. And then I have this stuff in the videos from the April. This is all the oak from April. This is it right here, all stacked up, bigger pieces. And so today I'm not gonna really cut much today or anything, but so there's the other side of it from the backside. Now this stuff, I don't think I took any video of this. I don't remember. I might have alongside the driveway at Harvey's Lake. I don't remember. And then some of this is from last year. My buddy Ian helped me get wood. I think there was sugar maple in here, and it was wet, so I let it sit. And I was going to burn it towards the end of the year, but I never got to it. I hope you could see that. So that's the wood all the way out there. I think you could see it. And see how it turns gray? That kind of gives you an indication that you know it's ready to burn. So there's some black walnut in here. I think I got some of that in video. I do not remember. I may have not. I don't remember if I had the camera at that point. I don't remember if I had the camera then or not. I have to go back and check. So you can see I showed you in the one video the difference, and there's the new stuff. Now with this stuff here, I messed it up right there. I turned like a snake, and then I straightened it out. I never stacked that much wood before in a straight line, and this is the first year I've measured it to 16 inches, so it's really exciting that it's all one length, so I'll know how much wood I actually have now. This is from the video, the last couple of videos. This is all the stuff with the ants in it. It was all gnarly stuff, and I had to cut it up into weird pieces and shapes because it was just pure knots. So this stuff won't stack nice, and I didn't want to throw it in there and mess it all up, the stack. I wanted to keep it nice looking, so I've decided to stack this stuff kind of back here. And it did have ants on it. I did spray it, so I would like to get rid of this at some point this year. But it's bigger, it's ugly, and I'm just gonna stack it right here, so I figured I'll take a video. I started yesterday, and then it started to rain. So I'm just kind of stacking this up. It is getting cold here. It's starting to get cold here in Pennsylvania. It's going down at night. I've been shutting my windows. And so soon we'll be burning soon, and I'll take some videos of that. You guys can follow along. And just go from there. So as you can see, oh god, this is heavy wood. This is heavy, dense stuff. I had to cut it there, you could tell. So, oh man, this is gonna take a while to dry, I would say, but it is up on top of this hill here, and it will get blasted with wind. Blasted. So I would say by February, this wood should be good. I would think, but, and if not, March, you have April. I'll grab a piece, like this stuff's already. Some of this stuff's probably close to being ready to burn. But you can see how nasty this stuff is, and it would mess the pile up pretty bad if I started throwing that in there. And I'm just keeping it out of the way. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I wasn't going to post any other videos today, so I figured I'd take a short one and show you what I'm up to. And I'm trying to get out metal detecting. It rained yesterday. I was doing this. Well, I was going to go detect it, and it looked like it was going to rain. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to waste my gas and have to leave. So I came out here, started stacking this, and then it started to rain. So I was like, well, so I just got a shower, basically ate, and then worked out, you know, lifted weights and stuff, and then was on YouTube, TikTok. Oh God, what normal people do, I guess. What else do you do? You do that, or you drink all night. I mean, it's either one, or you do both. You drink and go on YouTube. I used to do that back in the day, but now it's all over for me. So I'm not really making this perfect because it would be very difficult to do so. Just kind of grabbing the nicer stuff. You always want to put your nicer stuff down bottom, and then your ugly stuff up top. And I was gonna put a lot of this on top, but I literally didn't have any. I didn't have the top map. I don't have like a lot of top room. I was using some of the gnarly stuff already, and this is super gnarly. Yeah. But this wood, a lot of guys, my buddy, hates cutting this stuff up and splitting it. He throws it over the bank. The one you were throwing over the bank, I took it, and it gave me 2 weeks of heat. It's not fun. It's certainly not fun to split. It takes a long time, a lot longer than your straight wood. But when you're done with it, and when I throw these logs in, I get so much more time out of them compared to the straight wood. And you guys that burn would know, you understand what I'm saying, but it is a lot of, it's labor intensive. If you don't have a splitter, like I don't have a splitter, I just use an axe. And this stuff is, in a sense, impossible to split. It's nearly impossible by hand, you know. This is what I do. But this used to be all trees here, and got them all cut down, and now my wood just drives way faster. So my advice to you, if you do have a lot of wood, I see Shibe even. I've told Shibe before, outside with Shibe, he has all those trees in his yard, and with that wood, I would get rid of them. I know people like the trees, and I did too. And my other buddy Ben, he has trees, and he has problems with his wood drying, and I told him same thing, cut the trees down. When you have sun blasting this wood all day, like I'll sit here sometimes and I'll look at the sun hitting it, and you could just see it drying. And I see guys piles under trees, and it's like, I mean, it will dry, but you're probably talking double the amount of time. So if you don't care, that's one thing, but if you're like me all the time and last minute getting wood and trying to find wood, always like, oh, I can't find wood, and then you find it, and it's wet, and you're hoping it dries in time. And I think that's how a lot of guys are. I think a lot of guys burn it wet, I think, because this is how it is. You know, people are busy, and a lot of times, I understand, you make it through the winter, and you're sick of looking at wood. You burn wood for 6-7 months, whatever, 5 months, whatever it is. And here it's 6 months. And the last thing you want to do is go and cut more wood. You're like, oh, I'll do it in a couple months. And then before you know it, it's August. or September or October, and then you're back in the same position you were the year prior. And you're like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never. And in years past, we had the ash tree here. And I know some states, I think out west, still have it. I guess the bug didn't get to it yet, but here in Pennsylvania, from what I've seen, it's pretty much gone. In this area, at least. Any trees that did fall are rotted at this point that I've seen laying around. And that used to be the go-to tree for all the guys. They would be like, well, I could just get the ash tree and burn it wet. And I burned it wet before. And the first time I remember burning it, I'm like, guys, and this is when I first started burning. Years ago, I think it was about 2016, I started burning wood. And I'm like, wow, guys say this is okay to burn? And I'm thinking, I was struggling with it and fighting with it. And then I'm thinking, you can't burn this wet. I mean, you can. It's better than red oak. But really? You shouldn't be burning it wet. It should have, I think, at least 3 months of drying time in the sun. That's what I think. But I mean, you could get away with it, I guess. I just don't know why guys don't look for dead stuff that's sitting around. But maybe it's hard to find, you know, I understand. Private property is tough to come by now because all the liberal Dems want to sue. All the lawyers, they want to sue. And then everyone asks, why can't we do anything? Why can't we go anymore? Because the Dem lawyers want to sue to make money. So, and that's the truth. You may not like it, but that's the truth. And, so people are very hesitant to let people on their property to do anything because they're like, oh God, you're gonna sue me. So now you gotta go, you get all sorts of ways to get wood and find some guy that's willing to let you, and sometimes you have to trade work to get wood. I understand how the world works. Sometimes you have a friend, you know. My buddy John got me a ton of wood. Last few years saved me. And thankful for that. Buddy Ross Harvey's Lake. A lot of the videos I took over there with the red oak, that's him. He saved me. And my buddy Ian last year, he came through for some wood at Harvey's Lake. He was another lifesaver. That's your best bet, is to find people you know. You can find friends that can help you, and if you can't do that, well, then you gotta beg, borrow, and steal, maybe. You know, I wouldn't steal from... I know a lot of... For example, here in Pennsylvania, they used to have a $20 permit. You go on the game lands, and you could take a cord of wood for $20. You had to pay a permit. And then one year, they, like, got rid of it. Who knows what happened? Probably somebody cut their leg off or something. Same thing. Probably tried to sue them. And they're like, you know what? This isn't worth the $20. So, now, you see it alongside the... That's the one place you can go. I've done it, and I've seen people do it. You take it off the side of the road near, like, game lands and stuff. And they seem not to say anything. At least they haven't said anything to me. What are they going to say? It's abandoned wood on the side of the road, you know? I would rather just do it and get in trouble rather than ask. Because if you ask, they're going to tell you no. So just, my opinion, just do it. If they say anything, you just don't be a jerk off, you know? Like, oh, it's alright, I don't know. It's rotted wood. It's wood that's gonna rot. But woods, they should be thankful that you're taking it. And hey, at least somebody's putting it to use. Jeez, what would they rather, just sit there? And I see these guys on Reddit, they go, I was reading on Reddit one time, like one loser was like, oh, the bugs lay eggs in the wood, and the birds and this use it for nesting areas, and I hate when I go into an area where firewood guys have been, because they take all the... It's like, listen, the moment you take that log that's laying on the ground, right, 5 more are falling as you're talking, and then what's the animals, and bugs have plenty of wood. Trust me, plenty of it. Us humans are allowed to take a little bit. It's ridiculous, alright? I can't even be around people like that. And I've stopped talking to people that are like that. I don't even talk to them anymore. And guess what? My life is way better. You stop talking to people that whine all the time about everything out there. The environment. People with money. People with this. People doing this. People doing that. It's like, listen, I don't even know what you're talking about. You know why? Because I'm busy doing stuff. I don't have time to worry about what other people are doing. I don't care. I don't give a shit. And I stopped talking to those people. And I know, I say it before, I'll say it again. It's Dems. And it is. And you can say, well, not all Dems. Okay, not all, but all the ones I talk, they are. They're liberal Democrats. And I have stopped talking to them. Even family members. And guess what? My life is way better. And that's my advice for the day. And there is your woodpile for the day. And that's all it takes is a little. Now that wall, all that air, look at all the gaps in that. See all the gaps in that? That will dry quick. The beam on the back, that's a wooden beam I had bees years ago. I had honeybees. They were up here in the back. I had electric fence around them all. I got some honey and it was fun. I was getting stung a lot. And they died, and the neighbors over here were bitching, and you know, the bees were going in their pool for water and whatnot. They weren't really complaining, but like, oh, the bees are over here again. You know, the sort of not complaining, but complaining, like, oh, it's not a big deal. You know how that is. But I kind of was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. And they were fun at the time, but that's just a lot of money to get involved in, unless you really, really like it. I didn't really, really love getting stung, you know. See this moss? Does anyone have any advice to get this moss off of here? Let me know. I've been like pulling at it, and it just keeps growing back. And I don't know if it's good to pull at it, because I think it pulls some of the stuff off the roof when you do that. I think you're better off spraying it, I guess. But I don't know. Alright, guys. So that is this pile. That's as high as I'm going to be able to go, ironically, too. With this one, I'm not going to be able to go any higher. That's the knotty, odd, really, really good burning firewood. Really, really good. A lot of heat in that stuff right there. You get this maple stuff, all these straight end maples, it just goes boom like a piece of paper. This stuff will be gone by the end of the year, for sure. This stuff will be gone by December, I would think. When you look here, it's getting some mushrooms on it now and stuff. That's, to me, that's a bad sign. It means it needs to be burned. That was always a sign for me that it had to be burned, was mushrooms. I never like seeing that. That means water. It means moisture. But it means too long. The wood's dry now, and it's starting to, I think, take on water again. But I don't know. That's just, yeah. So I hope you have a good day. Oh, and this is the other tree that came down. I don't know if I showed you in the video, but this is going to be last. So this is generally off the ground. So half off the ground, it's curved off the ground. So I'm going to worry about this wood last. That will be the last tree I cut up, and it'll be easy for me. It's like right here, so it'll be easy for me. I need pallets. Maybe I'll stack some pallets there. I don't know. There's no way this is getting burned this year, so I'm not even really worried about it. But I want to get it off the ground. So we'll get out another video this week, later this week. Get a detecting video up maybe tonight. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.